thinking about moving to Austin, Texas and need a little help figuring out what part of town to live in? Today we're going to a suburb just north of town that's called Cedar Park. It's about 20 minutes north of Austin on Highway 183, and I'm going to show you all around town today in the Google Maps. I'm going to show you where to get your groceries, where the schools are, where the golf communities are, and everything else that you need to know to help you make the decision on if it's the right vibe for you. So let's get started on Cedar Park. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and my team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving in and around Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you find a home that matches your lifestyle. Did you know that Cedar Park was actually named after a rail stop back in the 1800s? It didn't become incorporated as a city until 1973, and when you say the name Cedar Park, think cedar trees and lots of parks. In fact, there are 46 city-maintained parks in Cedar Park, and I'll take you around and show you a few today. Stick around to the end and I will show you my two favorite golf courses in the area as well. Cedar Park's population is just under 85,000 people, and in addition to those 46 parks, I wanted to cover that those parks cover about 1,000 acres of land and 34 miles of hiking trails. So it's a little community or a small city that just loves its outdoor space. Niche.com also voted it 13 out of 708 communities in Texas as the best place for public schools. The median household income is just under $120,000 a year, and the median close price for homes is $520,000. Cedar Park started in the 70s, as I mentioned, it incorporated in 1973, but it really started taking off in the late 90s and early 2000s. You can find just a little bit of new construction to this day, but not too much because most of the land has been built out. So let's get back to those prices again. Let's compare Cedar Park to Austin. The median close price in Cedar Park is $520,000. In Austin, it's $605,000. That puts it at $236 a square foot in Cedar Park and $304 a square foot in Austin. Now let's look at what happens to the average sale prices. In Cedar Park, the average close price is $583,000. But in Austin, the average close price is $796,000. And what that tells us is the close prices in Cedar Park are more similar to each other. You don't have huge outliers like you do in Austin. So the median prices are not too far apart, from $520 to $605. The average is very far apart, from $583 to $796. And the largest reason of that is because Austin has a lot more higher end properties than Cedar Park does, where Cedar Park is just more thick in the middle, let's say. So for example, in the last 6 months, the highest list price of a property in Cedar Park for anything with a normal lot, like under half an acre or less, is $1,500,000. In Austin, we currently have a listing for $26,995,000. So you can see kind of how they're just not really the same when it goes to that extreme end on the high end. All right, so let's dive into the map and show you visually where all the good things are. Okay, here we are in the Google Maps right here. You can see that door to door, it's 20 miles to downtown Austin. You head up the 183, and it's a tollway. When you get out there to about the Highway 45, it turns into a toll a little bit, so it goes a little bit faster, but you do have to pay. But here is Cedar Park right up here. Now we bump over to the airport. It's a little bit further, just under 30 miles to get out to the airport. But again, you're gonna come around on 183, so you're gonna kind of skirt around most of Austin as far as the worst traffic goes. And again, this is a toll out here. So you're gonna have a toll in this area, and then again, it's gonna start about here, and you're gonna have a toll in that area. A little bit more pricey, but it makes it a lot quicker. So you can zip down to the airport in half an hour. Here we're zoomed into Cedar Park. You can see it's a really kind of funky incorporated area here. So We're gonna pop out in and out of it just a little bit, but by and large, it's the area just north of the toll at 145 and before you get to Leander. So between North Austin and Leander on both sides of Highway 183. And while we're zoomed in here, this Whitestone Boulevard here is a major intersection. You're gonna find a lot of shopping and stores and things on that road, and then the New Hope Road right there. Those are gonna kind of be your two main commercial areas for the time being. We're gonna start here right in the center of Cedar Park, and it's a new development called the Bell District. In the past, or up until now, Cedar Park didn't really have a true like downtown community and a little cute spot in the town center. So the Bell District is going to be just that. Now it's not going to be built out for years to come, but they have started. There's dirt being moved. It is in progress. And what the Bell District is going to be is that downtown anchor. It's going to have like green space for people to hang out and walk around. It's going to have restaurants. It's going to have retail spaces. Going to be hiking trails around it, of course, as Cedar Park is so good at. And they are going to have, you know, kind of like, it will be the place for the farmers markets, the concerts in the park, things like that. It will just be an area for all the members or community patrons to come together and hang out. And this Bell District is right here in the center of Cedar Park. They have the picture of the library here, but it's going away. Everything's under construction right now. You can see they have it fenced off here, and I was out there yesterday, and the tractors are going to work. So they're going to get that outdoor kind of area fixed first, and then they'll start building from there. The whole project is expected to be about 15 years, but it is right here in the center of Cedar Park, and it's something that a lot of the community members are really looking forward to. So since Cedar Park is known for their parks, let's start with the parks today. So we're heading straight from the Bell District, which is in the center, over here to Brushy Creek Lake Park. Brushy Creek Lake Park has 90 acres of park, and around 38 acres are the pond. So they have room to do everything. You have the splash pad here, you have picnic tables and barbecue pits all around. This pond is for unmotorized boats, of course, but you can put your kayaks out there, paddle boards, little rowboats and river boats and things. You have a trail to go walking your dogs or walking yourself all the way around. I mean, it is an enormous park. People go out and go fishing. That shows you the depth of the water out there. And I mean, yesterday I was there and there were people having picnics all across the lawns and everything. And look at this, these are the kinds of fish you can expect to catch out of there. You have some channel cats, blue cats, largemouth and smallmouth bass, and some crappie. So if you're into fishing, you can have a great day out at this park, and if you're into letting your dogs go for a little swim, you can get that in too while you're there. All right, from Brushy Creek Park, we're hopping over from this area over here on the east side of 183 to this area over here on the west side of 183, the Elizabeth Milburn Park. Another large park that has the splash pads, the swimming, and it has the playground, has soccer fields, covered basketball court. It's a great area with lots of pavilions for the whole party, kids, couples, singles, doubles to hang out. They have a lot of festivities like Easter egg hunts and things out there. So the Elizabeth Milburn Park is one of the other. Here's the basketball court. They don't have the roof on right there, but they do have a roof. So when it's 108 degrees in the summer, you're covered in the shade at least. Okay, so now we're heading to our next park. We were down here at the Elizabeth Milburn Park, and now we're heading up here to the Cedar Park Sculpture Garden, a little bit further on the north half of Cedar Park. And it is just a really cool place to head out, walk around, and see what they have on display at any given time. I mean, check out these pieces of art, sculptures out there. Totally cool. Got to head out and check it out for yourself. And our last park I'm going to take you to in the map today is Twin Lakes Park. We're kind of back here in the center of Cedar Park. And check out this little park here. There's a lovely sunset photo for you. It has a little bit of a waterfall, just a really peaceful area to go and hang out. Again, Cedar Park does do their parks right. All right, next we're gonna move from the parks to some shopping. Here is the center of Cedar Park. This is Brushy Creek Park where we were. And right here is Lakeline Mall. This would be kind of at the very southern portion of Cedar Park, but a very popular mall indeed, because it is I want to say it's the only shopping mall of this kind in that area. So it's an indoor mall. It has all the big department stores, all the food and food court area and things like that. All the little boutique shops as well. So it's one of the, it is the only indoor shopping mall in that part of town. And then all surrounding the Lakeline Mall is all sorts of other commercial spots. So if you need to go to the cinema, if you need to find a hotel, if you need to have big furniture stores, that is going to kind of flock to this area around the Lakeline Mall. And we have Alamo Drafthouse up here. There it is, right there. So Alamo Drafthouse is the cinema that started, I believe, in Austin. I need to check my facts on that. But anyway, they bring your food to the seat. So you go and sit down and they actually wait on you in your seat in the movie theater. So it's a pretty cool concept. Now we're gonna talk grocery shopping. And H-E-B is our most, well, it's my favorite anyway, but it's our most popular grocery store here in Central Texas. So you have one here at the south side of Cedar Park, and that would be right by that Lakeline Mall we were just talking about. And then you have one here that would be more towards the center of the whole Cedar Park community. And then you have another one out here over towards Palmer Lane that will cater to the people on the east side of the Cedar Park area. In addition to the H-E-Bs, there is the coolest Asian grocery store called H-Mart, which is right at the southern portion of the Cedar Park kind of city boundaries. But if you need to get anything that is a little bit out of the normal, what we might find in a Texas grocery store, you can head on over to this H-Mart and get, you know, like dragon fruit and sushi rice and all the wonderful sushi. They have a couple of little restaurants in the store as well at the H-Mart, so it's a pretty popular venue up there. And lastly, we're gonna jump to our Whole Foods market, as the name might suggest. Super healthy, high grade of quality in Whole Foods. Not that the others don't have that, it's just that Whole Foods specializes in the kind of upper tier quality of all things food, vegetables, meats, flowers, things like that. And they do have a wonderful lunch bar in there. You can do the salad bar, or kind of, they have some hot items as well you can see right here. So Whole Foods is always a good option for when you're wanting to buy groceries for that fancy maybe date meal. Okay, now that you know there's plenty of shopping around, whether you're looking for new shoes or a red apple, here is the list of the high schools. Now, there are 6 high schools total that cross over the Cedar Park city boundaries, but these are the 3 main ones. This covers most of the area. So down here in the southwest corner, we have Cedar Park High School. In kind of this more in the center, we have the Vista Ridge High School, and then up to the north, we have the Leander High School. The other periphery high schools would be Rouse High School, Round Rock High, and Westwood High. But let's go ahead and look at these, how they compare on the texasschools.gov site. So we're right here, Vista Ridge High School. This is the one that's right in the middle. They get 92 out of 100. They have a total enrollment of 2,594 students. This graph here is the diversity graph, and they're just under 16 students per teacher. We jump next over to the Cedar Park High School. This is the southernmost high school of the 3. They get a 93 out of 100 also. Total enrollment a little less at 2,004 students. Here's the diversity graph here in the middle, and also just under 16 students per teacher. Lastly, we jump to Leander High School, 87 out of 100. The total enrollment, 2,180 students. Here's a diversity graph, and a little bit fewer students per teacher right at 15 students per teacher. So you can see how those grades will kind of affect property values based on where you want to live. And then let's be real, like anything that's closer to Austin is almost always more expensive. End of story, no matter which direction you go. Now, one cool thing about Cedar Park, and Leander for that matter, that a lot of, well, really no other suburb has, is the train. Yes, we have a Cap Metro rail line that goes from Leander all the way to downtown. Let's check it out here. This is the rail line. It has the end stop, or you could call the beginning stop, up in Leander. It makes a stop at that Lakeline Mall at the very southern portion of Cedar Park. Here's Brushy Creek over here, that park we started at, and this is kind of the center of Cedar Park where that Whitestone Boulevard is. It goes down and makes one more stop at Howard in Wells Branch, and then it starts in North Austin and makes a few stops through town, ending up at downtown right there near the convention center. Now, this one right here, the McCalla stop, just note that's the Q2 stadium. They are trying to make one where it stops closer to the actual stadium. At the moment, you have to walk like 3 or 4 blocks. It's not a big deal, but the Q2 is pretty popular for our Major League Soccer team, the Verde. So that's always fun to stop off and see a game there. Cedar Park, one really cool thing about Cedar Park, in addition to being kind of the closest suburb of Austin, is that they have a little bit lower tax rate. On average, the tax rate in Cedar Park is 2.1%, and in Austin, it's like 2.3%. So you get a little bit more bang for your buck being out there a little bit further from Austin, and in addition, you get a little bit lower tax rate. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for a house. Now, lastly, thanks for sticking around. I told you I'd show you to the golf courses. Let's dive in. I'll show you right quick. So the first golf course here is Avery Ranch Golf Club. It is not technically in Cedar Park, but it is right at the bottom boundary. So here is kind of the boundary of Cedar Park, this side being Austin and this side being Cedar Park up here. Avery Ranch Golf Club. It is a semi-private course, meaning that it's not a country club and the public can play, but you can buy a membership and get discounts throughout the year. So this is the 18th, you're looking up from the clubhouse here, looking down towards the 18th, and you're looking across the way over to Brushy Creek Park. So this is one of the holes, maybe around like number 6. Again, this is you can see the water down there. That's the water. Just by 18 green and across the way would go over to Brushy Creek Park. There's a little bit of rolling hills out there, not too much undulation or elevation, but this is certainly common. Every time I've ever played out there, I think I've seen a deer. So that is super common when you're hanging out at the Avery Ranch Golf Club. In addition, the Avery Ranch Golf Club has multiple sets of tees, so you can really choose which level and kind of how difficult you want the course to be. So it's pretty user-friendly, and when it's in good shape, it's a great course. Sometimes it's hard for them to maintain it during the hottest months of the summer, but when this course is in good shape, I highly recommend it. This is my other favorite course in the area. This is Twin Creeks. And Twin Creeks is a private membership country club. I think it's got a little bit more hills and undulation, more elevated shots than you would at Avery Ranch, like this one right here. You're teeing off from up here and you're hitting way down there. So not only do you have to try to figure out how much club less to hit it down that hill, you've got wind coming all across the top that wreaks havoc. So it can be a challenge out there. Freddie Couples designed this course. They do have a full country club, like I was mentioning, with all the amenities, with the facilities, fitness center, swimming pool, dining room, and things like that. That's the back view of the clubhouse there. You can see the tennis courts and swimming pool to the left of the clubhouse, and that house right there in the middle is where the fitness center is. Here's another little view of the tennis and fitness. And Freddie Couples tried to leave this course as natural as he could and not like move a lot of dirt around. So you'll see a lot of rock walls and creeks and ravines and things through the course. It's very pretty. So if you're looking for a country club, this may be the one for you. Now, keep in mind, this one is one of our lowest initiation fees around at only $15,000 initiation. It's a really good value in Austin. The next closest one would be over here at Great Hills down in this area. And that one is $50,000 entry right now and probably going to be going up soon. And then the likes of Steiner, Westlake, all the others are going to be north of $80,000. The only other course that would be in this range is going to be your River Place, which is going to be over here. They're about $10,000, and then Onion Creek down here to the southeast of town, that's also $15,000, 15. So that just gives you a little idea, kind of that Twin Creeks is a good deal, and it's usually in really good shape. So you might give that a try. So that wraps it up, our tour of Cedar Park. We showed you the shopping, the schools, the golf, and a lot of parks. Cedar Park is an outdoor community with their 46 city-owned parks. They have a few golf courses in the area, lots of shopping, whether you're looking for shoes or apples, they have it all right there in Cedar Park. You don't need to come into Austin for anything, but it is close enough that it's super convenient if you have to work down in Austin. It also is the tech hub of kind of the North Austin area of all things tech, Apple, think Apple computers. So look, if this looks like something you want to know more about, want to see a home in person, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, I hope to see you around town.